Hello everyone. In today's episode, I'm joined with Lee, and today's going to be a really good episode because we're going to be speaking a little bit about autism, things that Lee does as well with coaching, and of course, Ipswich Town Football Club. So thank you, Lee, for coming to join me today.
No problem, mate. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, yeah, because I know you help a lot with like people with different needs, especially like going to Ipswich games.
Yeah, that's right. So I'm the club's disability liaison officer. And yeah, the main part of that role is looking to provide those supporters who want to come here the access to come and watch the game.
Yeah. Because do you think it's really important to like make things like comfortable for people who come?
Yeah, we need to be inclusive, for all our supporters and fan base. So yeah, it's very important. We need to be um, striving to provide all that we can that enables supporters to come to the ground, enjoy the football and other events. And you mentioned the coaching. We have sessions, football sessions here twice a week, and some of those participants, are autistic and have done very well. It's just a case of delivering those sessions appropriately and in a way that they can understand them.
Yeah,
And it's pretty much the same with sort of match tickets and how we approach match days, keeping things clear and simple and just meeting their needs as much as we possibly can.
yeah, because I think it is very important, isn't it? Like because like with autism, it's there's everyone's different and like everyone has their specific needs per person.
Yeah, it's a massive spectrum, isn't it? And as you say, lots of variation with regards to what people need, and the type of care that they possibly receive. And yeah, it's difficult to sort of maybe keep on top of a lot of that. But yeah, at the club here, we are trying to you know support as many people that need that support. We try and provide things that help. Um, Obviously, the accessible seating for a start, but sensory packs were a massive thing a season or two back. We're looking to relaunch those very soon. And then obviously a sensory room here at the ground would be massive and very useful, and I think would be met with a lot of demand. That sensory room, if you don't know, is an area where supporters can either view the game from or go and sort of calm down. It's more of a relaxed environment.
Yeah,
So yeah, be very keen to have something like that here at the club very soon.
yeah. I think that would be really good because like I see in like in special schools that they have sensory room. So I think it'd be very good to have it at like the stadium because I'm quite sensory myself, like with my autism. So I think it'll be really handy for like if someone is having an, something happens during a match and they can just go into the sensory room and maybe watch the match from there.
Yeah, and just maybe calm down. It's with a view of obviously we appreciate that some supporters probably would need to go home, but it's obviously it's designed to keep people at the ground for the length of the game in an environment that they're happy to be in, and it can be used obviously as a stepping stone. If that's, for example, that's your first game of football that you're going to come to, and you would require the sensory room, maybe in time you would use that less and less and go into the main stand and watch games. So yeah, there's a number of positive ways you can use a sensory room.
Yeah. Yeah, because like you could even stay in it the whole game if you wanted, and then
Yeah, by all means. There's I've been to Watford, and there's quite a nice layout, where there's a sensory room itself, and then there's the balcony and the seating area in front outside. So that's almost a target for those that want to be maybe in that more crowded area that that they could manage that in time. So it's kind of as I say, at Watford, very much used as as a stepping stone. But yeah, equally so they can watch every game of every season from the sensory room. It's no problem at all. But yeah, it would be nice to hopefully have something like that here in the very near future.
Yeah, yeah, I think it'd be good because I think like more that does need to, I suppose, go to football stadiums as well, because it's not all about like watching the game, like because it can be, I suppose, tricky and hard for some people um to watch every single game.
Yeah, I'm just going to blur my background. Uh, yeah, it can be tricky and cause a lot of anxiety, and then obviously it might be a case of the family having to go home because of that. And that's what we want to get away from. And even just some supporters might not be choosing to come at the moment because it's not something that we have available. So yeah, it would definitely be it would be very helpful. Have you ever
Yeah,
used one, Mace?
yeah. When I went to like like I went to mainstream school to start with, and then I moved to a special school, and in there they had a soft play room, and they had a sensory room, and like you could go there if you felt uncomfortable. I felt it was really good, and I suppose especially like may not have people going to the games at the moment, like maybe just going in the sensory room with like it'd be nicer, I suppose, probably maybe feel more safer just to go
Yeah,
in the sensory room for a game rather than going in quite a lot of the crowd where it's quite comfortable.
yeah. You've still got to take into consideration the pandemic and everything that we're still in. It's not over. Um, so yeah, that would be a possible way around that if you still want to come to the football.
Yeah, yeah, because yeah, it's I haven't been late last year. I went last, so I haven't been this year.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. The restrictions were eased, weren't they? And
Yeah,
it's kind of, I mean, the crowds you've seen have been big anyway. But yeah, with those restrictions being lifted, the
mm,
crowds have grown a little bit more. So yeah, it's a very busy stadium on a match day. Um,
yeah,
so you're probably wise to make those decisions if you're still vulnerable.
yeah. Yeah, because even when it wasn't, but when the restrictions were in place, it was still risky, um, because no one had to like if people's choices. I think there's still people's choice to wear a mask, and I chose to
Yeah,
wear one. And the only good side of it was people were having to have tests. I think when you're entering, like a natural flow. I think it was at the time, which like that's changed now, and I suppose it's more scary. So an idea of a sensory room is a really good idea, I think.
yeah, yeah, and it could be used as essentially as a safer place to view the game from.
Yeah, yeah, because um, it's although watching it at home is nice, you might be a good bit comfier.
It's not
So
not quite the same though, is it?
no, no, like
Not the same.
you want to cheer like for example, if Ipswich did make the playoffs, um, and
You
you
want to
have
be
it,
part of it.
yeah, you have either season ticket, and it's a bit, I suppose it's annoying when you have a season ticket and you can't go to the games.
Yeah, it's still very frustrating, isn't it? You want to be part of it and not miss out.
Yeah, because before the pandemic, you used to go to a couple of away games a season. You go on the coach, and then
Yeah, yeah,
go to some of the grounds, and that was a nice experience. Seeing one a couple times. I remember I went to Hull once,
yeah.
and that was actually a surprise. A couple years ago, I got surprised for a birthday, and we
Okay.
was going in the coach to somewhere, and I thought it seemed it was going to be an Ipswich game because why else would I be in a coach? um, and it was going to Hull, and then we lost. First shot of the game that Hull scored for the first shot, and then no goals after that. But
Was
it's
that
not.
still in the championship?
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
um, yeah, I think it was actually in the Championship. Because I'm not sure if Hull have been in League One for a while. Um, but yeah, the away games are a nice experience as well.
Well, hopefully you'll be able to do those again
Yeah,
next season.
yeah. Fingers crossed things get bit better.
Yeah, I'm sure they will, and you know, hopefully people would still be taking the necessary action and being rather sensible with the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah. We always get a few silly people, though, don't we? Lee?
Yeah, yeah, very much so, very much so.
Yeah, yeah. Like with your role at Ipswich,
Yeah.
how long have you been doing that for?
Um, so I've been here since September 2018, relegation year. So I feel like a bad omen, but that's obviously going to change.
Yeah,
I am a bad omen apparently. Um, so yeah, what's that? It's 3 seasons or so. Obviously the pandemic has kind of slowed things down in terms of, you know, working within this role. But
mm,
yeah, it's been good, and the role has kind of changed a little bit over time, and I've added a few things, and yeah,
yeah,
match days are now, you know, nicer to work, and although very busy and there's lots of demand, you know, we've got a good team here that sort of operate on a match day, and
yeah,
yes, and then obviously the coaching that you mentioned has become not part of that. It's slightly separate somewhat, but yeah, it's still around that sort of disabled participation and my involvement with some of the fan base actually that come and get involved in the sessions and do very well. And yeah, those sessions have grown, and we've been able to now compete against other teams.
that's
Yeah,
good.
so it's been good. It's been nice to sort of relaunch stuff that was here previously that sort of was stopped, and yeah, but to be part of that has been nice.
Yeah, yeah. I think like, are you blamed for us not getting up now to the Championship because you come here on you
Yeah,
got relegated?
not so much. We've managed to blame other people. I think maybe the managers, and then me afterwards, perhaps. But yeah, I think we can safely say that things are now changing, and on the pitch as well as off the pitch. It's quite an exciting time, I think.
Yeah, yeah. It's like we say every year, though, don't we? It's just do well this season.
Yeah, the optimism. It's the hope that kills you sometimes, but
Yeah,
yeah, I think next season will be different. I think it will be one that Town will challenge for those the automatic positions. You know, first and second, and you know, I think we quite confidently say that it's going to
yeah,
be a far more enjoyable season.
yeah. I think it will, and like we got owners now. Like we got the new owners who
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
quite
a whole different approach from them, and they know how it should be run, and how a football club should look, and they know we should really be not in League One for too much longer.
yeah,
So yeah, their drive and their attitude towards everything is to get us out of here and make us at least a Championship club for the next few seasons.
yeah. Like the players we have is for a Championship club, isn't it? Because most of these players are not League One level, are they? In our team.
No, I think some of the signings were, um, you know, they are Championship quality standards. So yeah, it's been, you know, quite an achievement attracting those players. I think it's sold on the long term, isn't it, with regards to sign for a League One side with a view of obviously getting promoted. So yeah, to be able to attract those Championship players has been a, you know, clever move, most definitely.
Yeah, yeah, and and you do fear because like it's not really long to the end of the season, um, and like you always fear like is some of the players going to leave because we're not going to get up this season, but
Maybe, you never
Yeah,
know. I mean, there's some players have stood out, haven't they? And teams could come in for them. That happens. So Town might sell. You don't know unless we remain strong and keep those players, but they might want to cash in and find another player.
yeah, yeah. But I think like with the team we got, like the way we're playing, um, is it's better because like we're used to um we're used to not seeing many goals anyway, really from Town. Oh, yeah.
We're not letting many in either, though, which is good.
No, no, no. It's good. Like I think we broke a record the other week for clean sheets, or
Yeah,
like not losing record, um,
yeah,
which is good. Like we're doing well at the moment. Um, we're we're like each game, where it's just the little things that are like not scoring that second goal, and
yeah.
stuff
It's
like that.
those. I think we are harder to beat as well, which we weren't. We were kind of a bit weak, and we could be got at even here at Portman Road. So I think that's now different. Teams will come here and have a particular style of play. Normally, it's time wasting and breaking the game up and maybe conning the ref. But yeah, at least we're not. At least we're not we don't roll over anymore. And yeah, scoring goals is never easy, but we're not letting too many in either, which is brilliant.
Yeah, yeah, like yeah. I think we'll we play good football now, and like with like McKenna, um, wh- most people would think at the start because he's, I suppose, um, it's his first like proper job, isn't it? Like as a manager for another club.
Yeah,
And so sometimes you feel like, is that a good move, or should we have a more experienced one in League One? But I think he's done really well for what he's done so far.
yeah. I think he's shown what he can do. He's obviously very knowledgeable. He's obviously got a style of play. He's a modern manager. I think probably we're going down the road of having maybe too many old-fashioned managers with old-fashioned styles of play. Football's changed. League One is not an easy league to get out of. So you need a particular style, a particular philosophy, and it's like he's come with that and knows what he wants to do and how he wants the team to play. And I think you can see that on the pitch.
Yeah, yeah, he knows what he's doing, I think. And then like the past few managers haven't got it right. Um, I think the past few were called Paul as well.
Yeah,
uh, um, so I
that was
think it's
becoming a bit of a trend, wasn't it?
yeah, yeah. We are thinking, is Paul gonna work? Um, and then
Just don't hire a poll
no,
anymore.
yeah,
You'd like to think this manager will get a fair go, and you know, probably a contract extension and a real go at it. So
yeah,
yeah, it's different now. The ownership um, and the structure here is a lot different. So
yeah,
yeah, and we kind of hoping that just going back to what I do and what I want to do, it's that now becomes more of an opportunity with these new people involved. So yeah, it's going to be good for the club and the community.
yeah, yeah. Because like part of your role is like helping like everyone go at like like with different needs and different struggles to enjoy themselves at the games, like the managers and the players.
Yeah, and it's about making the club and everyone within that, just accessible to everybody.
Yeah, yeah, because yeah, I think we should be sticking with Kieran now.
Yeah, I
Like
think they will.
yeah, yeah, because in a way we think like Paul Lambert, no, not Paul Lambert, Paul Cook didn't get as long as we thought. I know he was
Yeah,
struggling for wins, but like, and then you see the owners are doing what they feel is right. Um, like they didn't want it to go on any longer. Um, um,
no, they they had to make a change. They took the opportunity, probably the right time as well. Still a lot of the season at that point, wasn't it, in December? So
Yeah.
yeah, it was just a bad start, I think, and never really strung much more together after that, was it?
Yeah. I met Paul Cook, and like he gave me my season ticket. I just before the season started. And really nice guy. Like
Yeah,
like it's a shame, because he was really nice. And like he's there for the fans. I suppose more than the last couple of managers like I've seen. He's more talkative. Like he'll have a good laugh with you.
he was good with people, very
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
And yeah, you had that time with him, didn't you? And a bit of a show round and stuff. And you know, that was a nice side, of his role. He was happy to do that, and just didn't happen for him on the pitch, did it?
no, but
The results.
I think it was the first game. It might have been, yeah. I think it was going to be the first game of the season. And I said to him, well, he asked me, are we going to win tomorrow? And I said, yeah, we're going to win. And he agreed, we're going to win. And I think we drew.
I think it was 2-2, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
2-2, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, like I liked him. He's got a new job now, I think, in the conference. So he's moved down a little bit, but he's worked there before.
Yeah, and I think he was happy to do. I think he knew he was in a privileged position here, and the demand was there from those above him. It just didn't happen for him,
Yeah,
which is a shame. Nice, like you say, you had a nice experience with him. He was a lovely person and very accessible and approachable. So yeah,
yeah. I think when he was at Wigan, he got into the final. I think.
that's right.
I
Yeah,
think he did. Yeah, till off the FA Cup. And being an Ipswich fan, we don't get that. We don't get that with Ipswich, really, do we? We don't really do much in the cup competitions.
no, not at this. I mean, it's a little bit frustrating as well being in League One because you're in the early rounds for those, aren't you?
Yeah,
So it's a bit more of an extended journey.
yeah. It would be nice, like in the future, probably maybe next season, as we got like McKenna hasn't really had that, didn't really have a chance for like the cup competitions really. Um, so it'll be nice to have even just a good run, like play against the Premier League side and
I think that'll come. I think that'll come. I think we need to get out of the division. Build on that league form. A lot of games in League One. You got the trophy as well, haven't you? As well. So,
yeah,
but I think, yeah, there'll be a time in your lifetime, I'm sure, Mason, where there'll be a good cup run and Premier League sides down here.
yeah. Hope so for you as well.
Oh well, I was very lucky. I've seen some good stuff here in previous seasons many years ago, and yeah, yeah, I've seen some success, I suppose, but there's some supporters that haven't. So I'm sure they will. As I say, we're getting more and more supporters wanting to come to the games. I think they're going to see something quite special in the next few seasons.
Yeah, because it takes time, doesn't it? Like Bournemouth, for example, they went from League Two to the Premiership.
Yeah,
When they had Eddie Howe, and he's a very good manager, I think. Like it was really good for Bournemouth, and you have like it can happen quickly like that, and they had a good few
it can.
seasons in the
It
Premiership.
can. You kind of you'd want it to happen to Ipswich, do a Leicester perhaps.
Yeah,
Yeah, it doesn't always work that way, and probably gonna have to be a little bit more patient.
yeah. We always have to be patient, don't we? Being it's,
Well, yeah, being an ITFC fan, patience comes, yeah, as part of the season ticket agreement.
yeah,
Must be patient.
yeah, and yeah, like with the football you do. Like, how
Yeah.
recent did you kind of start doing that? like for the coaching?
I've been doing it privately anyway for about 10 years or so, maybe a little bit longer. And here at the club, we did get going before the pandemic, begun, and then obviously it was put on hold for a while. So I think we've had sessions here probably for a good 2 years, two
Yeah,
and a bit years. And then this time last Easter, roughly, everything was kind of relaunched and we went again. We were obviously still having to be careful, but there was no lockdown after we came out sort of March last year. So yeah, we've been able to crack on with that and do more and more sessions. We've got 2 a week here now, with good levels of participation. Sort of 15, 20 players getting involved on a Monday night.
yeah,
Yeah, it's been good. It's got some momentum, got some interest, got some good players, and we've been playing other teams. So yeah, it's been worthwhile, and yeah, a lot of hard work, but it's been worth it. It's paid off.
yeah. Because I think like we're talking about, like if I could help, like
Yeah.
do some of the coaching, because like before the pandemic, I was doing some coaching. Like I in before I did FA level 1 coaching course at the
Okay. Yeah.
university. And that was a good experience. Like there were some Millwall fans there though.
Oh dear.
um
No,
uh,
should never be too presuming, but I'm sure they were good. I'm sure they were good company.
yeah, they were, but they just couldn't stop going about Millwall.
Yeah.
um I daren't say my dad was a Leeds fan.
Oh my, what a combination.
Yeah,
Well, maybe with your qualification, Mason, you maybe come down and help me out with a session or two when you feel ready.
yeah, yeah. Because it'd be nice to do something like when the things get a little bit better, hopefully in the summer maybe,
Yeah.
things will hopefully be better because better weather and stuff, and past winter by then. But I think with yeah, like I did coaching. I did like local coaching just for fun. But it'd be nice to come down and
Yeah, do it.
help out.
Yeah, just let me know when it's good for you, and maybe get a player involved, and get the manager here, and maybe another photo opportunity for you, perhaps.
Yeah, yeah, but it'd be nice like to meet Kieran McKenna. I have to say to him
Hey,
bring Ollie down.
maybe you can give him some ideas.
Yeah, yes, sign Marcus Rashford.
Would be nice. He's a bit upset at United, I think. So it might be. I
Yeah,
don't know if he'd come. I don't know if he'd come down this far, but yeah, it'd be nice if he had some Man United involvement. Obviously some quality to strengthen the team.
yeah,
So yeah,
because Michael Carrick is not working at
no, he's
Old
not.
Trafford
No,
now, is he? Come down here
no.
for the assistant.
You never know. Could be part of that. Could
Yeah,
be part of the team.
yeah, you'll be getting Man United fans down here, won't you? Supporting Ipswich.
Glory hunting.
Yeah,
Imagine that. Imagine that. People supporting town to glory hunt.
yeah, yeah. Help us get into Europe, maybe.
I never say never. You just don't. Obviously this season's probably going to peter out. But a good season that you only got to have what, and 2, 3 really good seasons with lots of momentum and lots of luck. You never know. It could be Premier League in a couple of seasons.
I remember when Wigan, I think, won the FA Cup, and I think if you win the FA Cup and you're not part of like Champions League or Europa League, you get Europe. I think if you win the FA Cup,
You do,
and
yeah, yeah. Cup winners.
yeah, and Wigan did that, and they got relegated, so they was playing in the Europa League and the Championship. I think.
Yeah. That's right. They got relegated as cup winners, I think, wasn't it? It was
Yeah,
quite funny, and they were in Europe. Yeah, yeah. That was
but
brilliant. That was.
yeah,
Anything can happen. It's. I think Ipswich Town football supporters would probably say different, but anything can happen in football, and things can happen real quick. Um, so yeah, fingers crossed that the club get to where they want to be in quick time.
yeah, yeah. Like I think, like nowadays, like years ago, you kind of tell like that team's gonna beat that team. Like, but now it's really hard, isn't it? Like to tell like on a match day, oh look, they're determined winners. But it's not now, is it? It's like every game's hard.
Very much so, and before this league, I think was deemed an easier league. If you happen to fall into it, you could probably get out of it quite quickly. But as we see, that's not now the case. The standard of football has improved. It's not the best football's not just in the Premier League. You've got some good quality in the Championship, and obviously League One and even League Two with how teams are set up and how they perform, and you can see that with some cup runs, cup upsets, and there's a good level of football in all of our sort of immediate leagues: Premier League, Champ League 1 and 2.
Yeah,
So yeah, you just hope now, it'll be next season. Obviously, Town get that promotion and at least stabilise in the Championship for 2 or 3 seasons
yeah,
before making an assault on the Premier League.
yeah. Because we were so close, wasn't we, at one point to the Premier League
Hmm.
playoffs or the Championship playoffs. And I thought we did
Yeah,
make it once. I remember that once we made it. We played Norwich and we lost.
that's it. Yeah, I
um,
remember the game. The game here was amazing. I think the Town had to equalise, and the noise when the goal went in was
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, I remember that. I didn't go to the games at the time, but I was watching it and it's a really good experience. Like I feel like in grounds like going back to the sensory rooms. I think that is needed at every ground, but it's really good that it's gonna like you're thinking about doing that, Lee, because about an experience a few years ago, I went to Norwich
Yeah,
away and it wasn't very nice because like going on the away end it was Norwich stewards or the people there wasn't really doing much about it. They like everyone was like sardines, and like because I don't like being close to people, so it was like you're really isolated. Um, and I had to leave just because people weren't. It's like I say, like you're all sardines. So I had to leave the game. We lost, but uh, um, it wasn't
it's quite a
like
hostile environment
yeah,
as well, isn't it? That makes
yeah,
it uncomfortable
yeah,
as well. So there's lots of different sort of ingredients to that environment, isn't there? Being obviously rammed in like sardines isn't comfortable. The hostile environment, etc. So yeah, probably not too surprised that you wanted to leave. But yeah, a lot of Premier League clubs do offer sensory rooms. I dare say 1 or 2 even offer that to away support. So if you do travel away and it does become a little bit stressful, at least you can maybe still view the game uh, from a different area. But yeah, very much something we'd like to deliver here. I'm not too sure how quick we'll be able to, but it's definitely something that I'd like to have delivered. And again, maybe an opportunity to get you involved with some of the work. I don't know what that would be, but I dare say we could get you involved as part of maybe the steering group or just a meeting where we have ideas and suggestions, and we could use you as the supporter angle. Um, and with regards to sort of backing that argument and
yeah.
the desire to have one and the needs that it would meet and what it would do for making the club even more accessible.
Yeah, I think I'll be more than happy to help, and I'll be like to like share my voice with other people, um,
Yeah,
because I think it is needed, and like because we are still in that pandemic, and
yeah,
um, I don't think it's talked about on more now because there's no restrictions and other events are going on in the world, so it doesn't really get talked about as much. And recently, I don't know about you, Lee, I hear I see lots of people more getting COVID at the moment. Like,
It seems to have, it seems to have cropped up quite a bit again, doesn't it? I think the schools have been a big issue there, just because of moving, people moving, groups of people, young kids not really knowing how to be hygienic, etc. Perhaps, but yeah, it's still very much with us, and it's not going to go away anytime soon. That is for sure.
yeah, like we're gonna have variants come and go, aren't we? Like all the time.
I think so. I think you can be confident with the vaccine and the fair amount of people that have had it in the country. But yeah, it's still an issue, and like you say, you're not hearing a lot about it because it's lost in other news, unfortunately. But I dare say you would hear of an announcement or maybe changes perhaps if they were introduced again. But yeah, I think it's probably deemed that we now look to live with it as best we can and
Yeah,
still support those that need that.
yeah,
Need to be a lot more careful, need to be a bit more, um, you know, sensible with their vulnerabilities, etc.
yeah, yeah. It'd be nice if you could get me a box of Ed Sheeran, Lee.
It
Up
would be
there.
nice. It would be nice. I can't get that close to him myself, but yeah, I mean, it would be nice. It'd be, yeah, if he was to do an event here or something, I think that would be huge for the fans and would introduce or would attract a lot of support.
Yeah, yeah. Like it's good that you have a high profile person like Ed Sheeran. Like he's the sponsor for the shirts, isn't he? Um,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. So it's good that he's quite connected to Ipswich Town football club.
yeah, very high profile, and yeah, has probably had a lot of reach with who he is, um, and the sponsorship. I'm not too sure if that's going to be on the shirt next season. I don't know yet, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's it's been good having him as a high profile supporter. That is for sure.
yeah, yeah.
He's
Like
not been here much this season though. I think been very busy. Um, but yeah, it's nice having him here and part of the group.
yeah. Yeah, because I think every now and then you have some of the owners from America like coming over to watch through the
Yeah,
Ipswich
we've had
game.
them visit before. Obviously, travel slightly restricted previously, but yeah, I think they're going to look to probably come over a little bit more frequently. I'm not sure if anything in the near future is planned, but yeah, I'm sure you'll see them here again.
Yeah, I'm sure as long as we got to the playoffs and we got to the final, they'll try.
Yeah, yeah, a little appearance at Wembley
Yeah,
that could get them here.
yeah, yeah. Because yeah, it's nice and like with like the team, they are committed to playing for Ipswich, and they every game, although we don't always get our own way, we went on that little winning run. Um, so if we have another one, we might have a chance at the playoffs, but it's just other people having their game in
It,
hand.
it's never over, is it, until it literally is over. So yeah,
Yeah,
anything can happen, and it would be great. Um, and yeah, if we were to get to Wembley, I'm sure we'd see the owners uh, there as well.
yeah,
And what a way to go and get promoted as well.
yeah. Do you feel, Lee, it's quite unfair the playoffs? Do you feel because a person that finished sixth could be 20 points off a person that's finished third, really close to your mate? Do you think that's a bit unfair?
It's just a structure that's been there for a long time, isn't it? So
Yeah,
if you finish sixth, you're there on merit. Um, and if you win the final, then luck's in your favour and maybe momentum as well. It's a bit of a choker if you finish third and you'll say you're a point off second and you're 21 points ahead of sixth, and they do you in the final or whatever. Yeah, but that's the format. So yeah, it's not unfair because that's the format, but it's
yeah.
probably just it's a choker, isn't it? And you would feel a little bit hard done by, I'm sure.
Yeah, it is what it is. Like, it's good though because in another way it would be another unfair for like it wouldn't be really a race, was it? Like for now, if there wasn't top six, Ipswich would be long gone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. They've had their chances. I think it's just not gone. It's not gone from as we said earlier. It's that poor start we had.
yeah, yeah. Like you need that start. Like try and win as many games you can. Like draws is okay, and then just avoid the losses, which I think out of the past few managers we've had, McKenna's had the best record because I don't think he might have lost one or two, but it's been really rare when we've seen a game that we've lost.
Yeah, yeah. I think that the most pleasing thing about the whole thing, I think, is you've got him in here, and he's got a way of playing, and um, again, we're not a pushover on the pitch anymore, which they're massive positives, and it makes you think that next season will be a force, and we'll win a lot of games, home and away, and make a proper challenge
Yeah,
for promotion, and hopefully top spot. That'd be great.
yeah. Get a Champions Trophy.
Exactly, and then a little bus tour around the city, or the town rather.
Yeah, that would be nice. But before we go, Lee, because it's been really good to I suppose catch up.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah,
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 yeah. It's been nice to talk to you, Mason. And I weren't aware that you hadn't come to the games actually. So
yeah,
um, yeah, I'm sorry to have heard that, but hopefully you can get back for maybe the last game of the season for a
mm,
bit of a send off for the players.
yeah,
But yeah, nice to have spoke to you. Keep me posted if you want to get involved with the coaching to come and do a session. And also I'll keep you posted with regards to the sensory room or any bits and pieces where I can get some fan engagement. So obviously from you, and we could
yeah.
use that moving forward. That would be good.
Yeah, I suppose it will be good to have that in place, like
Yeah,
as soon as possible, being ideally, but eventually when it's here, it'll be nice. Like it'll be another way to go.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I'll keep you updated on. I've got your email address now. I can
yeah,
get to you that way, and just keep you updated, and let you know what we plan to do moving forward.
yeah. Okay, Lee.
All right.
Well, it's been a really nice chat, and
Yeah, nice to talk to you, and nice to see you on Zoom.
yeah, yeah.
Glad you're
Thank you.
well.
Yeah.
No problem at all. Thank you, Mace.
Thanks, Lee.
Cheers, mate.